Let's look at this question on analytic geometry. So for the line segment joining the points A, -1, 5, and B, 4, -3, calculate the following. So before I start answering the parts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label the coordinates as x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now, for the length of the line segment, the formula for the length of the line segment is D equals square root of x1 minus x2 whole thing squared plus y1 minus y2 whole thing squared. Now that we have labeled the coordinates, what we're going to do is we're just going to substitute the values. Let's substitute the values. So x1 is -1 and x2 is 4. So -1 minus 4 whole thing squared plus y1 is 5 minus y2 is -3. So I'm going to subtract -3 from 5. And let's simplify the brackets inside the square root sign. So it's -1 minus 5 is -5 squared plus 5 minus -3 is 8 squared. So D equals 25 plus 64, and they have to be added underneath the square root sign. So D equals square root of 89, and D is equal to 9.43. So therefore, the length of the line segment is is 9.43. Let's move on to the next part of the question. Slope of the line segment. To find the slope of the line segment, we know it is going to be the ratio of the difference of y over the difference of x. So it's the rate of change. So we're going to find the slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's substitute the values and find what the slope is. So y2 is -3 and y1 is 5. So that's going to be the numerator, and the denominator is going to be x2 is 4 minus x1 is -1. So that's going to simplify out too. So the slope is -8 would be the numerator. So it's -3 minus 5 over 4 minus -1. That's 5. So our slope is -8 over 5. So that would be, let's write that as a set statement. Slope of the line segment is -8 over 5. Let's look at the last section. The midpoint of the line segment. Again, we're going to be using the formula. So I'm just going to denote that by M. The midpoint is going to be, I'm going to write that as coordinates because it is going to be in coordinates. It's going to be the midpoint of the line segment. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now I just have to get the average. Let's do that. So x1 plus x2 is -1 plus 4 divided by 2, And for y1 plus y2, it's going to be 5 plus negative 3 divided by 2. So let's see what that simplifies to. So the midpoint is going to be negative 1 plus 4 is 3 divided by 2. And here we have 5 plus minus 3, so that's 5 minus 3, which is 2 divided by 2. Let's write the final answer. So M is going to be, I'm just going to write that as a decimal because we're going to have to, to plot the point, rather than having it as a fraction, let's have it as a decimal. So 3 over 2 is 1.5 and 2 over 2 is 1. So we can write the final statement. Let's do that. Therefore, the midpoint of the line segment is is 1.51.